Alright, hey, what's up, you guys? Gavin here. Today we're going to be talking about a band that I came across out of nowhere and was like super like impressed with. So yeah, let's jump right into this. The band we're looking at today is Delta Sleep, and the album we're looking at is Twin Galaxies. So yeah, first thing I'm talking about are my first impressions. So yeah. My first impression stemmed from, like I said, I don't remember exactly where I came across the song, but Lake Sprinkle Sprankle had like popped up either in my recommendations or my Spotify or something, and I was like, whoa, math rock, kind of indie, you know, the lyrics were interesting. This is something I like. So yeah. I really liked that song, and I thought it would be really cool to look more into them and see what they're about and stuff, considering. But yeah. Alrighty, so the next thing I'm talking about are the lyrics. The lyrics I pulled up are Lake Sprinkle Sprinkle. So yeah. Starts off, "Oh hi, I did not recognize those eyes in that dress you wore. Your thighs are stuck on my mind, and I'd like to carry them home. Release this urge needs feeding. When that's done, was it worth the fun? Tell me, could I be the one for you?" So yeah, lyrics, but there's just one part where he sings yes, so from this moment on, he started drifting and dreamed of colors that he'd never seen before. In all the types fruit he'd ever tasted, the air was warm, the sky was clear of water. Beyond the lake were trees far as the eye could see. This was the place we used to swim together. Those things upon your chest look mighty comfy. And then, so that one's a good one. And then the part where it's like, okay, so yeah, this part right here. So that lyric was pretty good because it's very like, what is it called? It's very vivid, you know. It paints a picture in your head. And then the part where he's like, lately I've listed the reasons why I can't move on, and why I sleep in this house that we lived in for over 3 years now. Like, I don't know why that lyric just made me so sad. Right? It made me so, like, the song is really happy and like kooky and like whatever, and like math rocky, but like some of these lyrics are so like relatable and like, you know, they have substance to them. And I just thought that the contrast with like the happy, you know, when you listen to it, if you just listen to it mindlessly, you're like, oh, this is such a happy, fun song, like I liked it, you know. But then like the lyrics, when you break down the lyrics and stuff, you know, he's talking about how he can't get over somebody, how he misses somebody, and you know, that's not at all what the like tone of the song was, you know. I was like music wise, and I really liked it because like when I first heard it, you know, I also like the title Lake Sprinkle Sprankle. It doesn't really sound like a love and lost song, or like a song that would have, you know, a lot of gumption or whatever, you know. It was just kind of like just a silly, happy song. But yeah, so I don't know, that one lyric, whenever I hear it, I'm like, I can hear it in the singing, you know, the vocalist, you know, the way they deliver it. It's like, yeah, it's happy and it's quirky, but you know, there's still real feelings there, you know. There's still like the reality of it, and I don't know. I thought it was kind of like, I don't know, yin and yang, I guess. Reminded me of yin and yang, you know, like the good. There's good and the bad, and the bad and the good. So yeah. Alrighty, so the next thing I'm talking about are the band similarities. These are bands that I think that if you really like these bands, you'll probably like this band and or album. So yeah. The first band that I have listed is Strawberry Girls. I think if you really like Strawberry Girls and like that math rocky, proggy type of indie vibes, that you'll really like Delta Sleep. They're very similar in the math rock sound and heaviness and stuff and whatnot. And even like Strawberry Girls kind of does like a thing where it's just instrumentals, and Delta Sleep kind of does that too. So yeah. Alright, so the next band is Paper Rivals. I think if you really like Paper Rivals and like that sound, and it kind of, I think it's like Midwest rock type of thing, that you really like. It's just a little bit of it, you know. But if you like math rock and like that Midwest type of sound, what's it called? Delta Sleep, I think does a really good job at offering that. More so for people who like math rock, but it's in there, you know, if you listen to it and stuff. And the next band is Tiny Moving Parts. I think if you really like Tiny Moving Parts, that you'll really enjoy Delta Sleep. And this album, Tiny Moving Parts, is another math rock band, but it's more math rock indie than like heavy. And I think Delta Sleep, you know, has that a little more so than Strawberry Girls. I think Strawberry Girls can be kind of heavier, can even be a little more heavier than Delta Sleep. I think Delta Sleep kind of is just a little bit more toned down than Strawberry Girls. Alrighty, so the next one I'm talking about is my favorite song. I know I've been talking about it a lot, but Lake Sprinkle Sprinkle is the song that really encouraged me to, you know, venture off into more of Delta Sleep's songs and albums and stuff. Yeah, like I said, I mean, Lake Sprinkle Sprinkle popped up so many times in my playlist. I mean, that song is so good, and it, you know, it's a little bit different. Some of the songs are a little more instrumental, and they're not so like, I guess I wouldn't say not necessarily vivid, but they're a little bit more on the instrumental side than most of them, than Lake Sprinkle Sprinkle. However, I think Strong was a close second to my favorite song. Alright, so the next thing I talk about are the singing and screaming styles. So how I would describe the singing is, I mean, they're good vocals, nothing in particular. They're a little quirky, I would say. It's like quirky, smooth type of thing. Like I said, it reminds me of Midwest. I think the vocals hold the Midwest sound more so than anything else. As far as screaming goes, there's not really that much screaming, which is why I kind of took some of the, like, I guess, the heavier aspect of like Strawberry Girls kind of away from Delta, because Delta isn't that heavy and when it comes to like screaming or anything. So it's just kind of where I put them in terms of that. But yeah, relatively simple, nothing too crazy, nothing too different, just a Midwesty type of vibe. Alright guys, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. If you have any other suggestions for movies, music, games alike, leave in the comment section. I'll be sure to check them out. And while you're at it, go ahead and tell me the last album or I guess artist you listened to in the comments. And yeah, to rate this album, probably give it like a 3. It was a solid album. I was kind of expecting more songs like Sprinkle Sprinkle, so I was a little bit, just a tiny bit let down on that, but it was still a really good album. Delta Sleep's a really good band, and I've actually heard a couple other songs where they were featured in and really enjoyed that. So the band and the album itself were pretty spectacular. Just my expectations were a little bit unmet in some aspects, so yeah. But yeah, other than that, don't forget to subscribe. Peace.